All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Brachah, Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hope of elect, Shalom, Barakatam. And I want to speak about the topic of faith. I'll title this, Pure Faith is What's Required. This is inspired partly by a lesson I heard the Elder Maloy was speaking about on spiritual powers. And about what stood out to me is really just coming to grips with the fact, and you have to really meditate on these things. When we get out there, when we get stranded, brother, there's going to be a time where, you know, these comforts where everything is like this highway is moving right now, the car wash I just left, you know, you have the things are hustling and bustling, but when these things get cut off, man, it's going to require a real spirit, you know, and it's going to be a sifting agent. All right, it's gonna be, you're gonna see the countenance right then and there of the men of the Lord, and versus those who are not men of the Lord. Okay, because the scriptures say the men of the Lord, their strength, Salakia, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of their time and the strength of their salvation. So if they don't have a fearful countenance on them when all hell breaks loose, when the power goes out, that's a very good indicator. And this is one of the reasons why we're going to be so sought after, you know, as men by women in that day as well, because not a lot of people are going to have that. Nobody's going to know what's going on. So not only are we going to be getting delivered out of these things, we're going to have that raw confidence that we're going to get out of it, you know. And I think back to the vision, the testimony the brother did about seeing brothers get saved or enter into that gold mansion. It was a point where they knew that they had been accepted. They weren't in the house yet, but they knew that they were accepted. You know, they had a confidence of knowing, okay, we got in. And how did they know that? By looking at the men who didn't get in. All right, we're gonna witness these things. The scriptures say that in Psalms 44 or 144. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy right side, but nothing will come near thee. All right, and so why do you think those things are written? Because if it wasn't written, if we didn't have the scriptures in us, you know, the living waters in us, the average man would bug out. He would think that there's no hope. Okay, remember Lot's daughters after Sodom and Gomorrah, they thought the whole world ended. That's why they tricked their father into sleeping with them. They thought they weren't gonna ever have kids. You know, and that was off. But you know, that's how the Lord set that whole thing up. You know, if you don't have the faith, if you don't know what the Most High is doing, if you didn't get the insights into prophecy, or you scoffed at it, all right, you're gonna be shook up in that day, man. So remember your day-to-day walks. They may be mundane. It may seem like, you know, it's not going anywhere, or you know, you want to try something new or something like that, or you looking at other brothers and how their style is. No, man, exercise faith, man. Okay, faith is important. It's repetition in this thing. Okay, but you wanna pray that the Most High, you know, renews your spirit every day, man. So you're not repeating in the sense of going through the motions, all right, but you're repeating in the sense of consistency and diligence. You know, this is why it speaks about living water. It's consistent amount of water, but it's not the same water molecules, all right, being recycled over and over again. It is new. You know, this is how you have to see your walk, man. You know, and faith is the most underrated thing in the Bible, if you ask the Christians, because they really don't have faith. You know, when they think about faith, they think about the faith that it requires to believe on somebody that will forgive them for whatever they do. But they ain't have to really deal with faith when their life was in danger. See, they forget about Peter having to be tested with his faith, walking on that water, man. You know, that's a real test of your faith. Okay, and the Lord is preparing us. You know, so don't get caught up in, you know, the monotonous things that we may have to do day to day, because the Lord is building us up for something, man. Remember in the Karate Kid, he didn't understand why Mr. Miyagi was having them do all of these different moves, the wax on, wax off, but he was training him. You know, muscle memory was subconscious. You know, he was training his subconscious. So when the time came, all right, where he had to actually use what he needed. He had it in him to do it, you know, but he complained and he didn't, you know, and you really shouldn't have a spirit on you anyway where you're quote unquote bored, all right, because every day something new is popping off, man. Now there are some times where man, you just don't feel like you got nothing to talk about. You watch some videos and you'll say, oh, maybe I covered that kind of already, you know, and this is why you just pray, man. You know, you pray. You don't want to be in a spirit of stagnation here, man. All right, you want to keep moving, man. If you stop, you die. It's like the opposite of red light, green light. You know, the Squid Game. You know, they play a red light, green light, and if you move, you know, after they say a red light, your ass get put in the spirit world. You know, but this would be like the opposite, where if you stop moving, you know, your ass gonna get chewed up. The Most High is gonna spew you out of his mouth. All right, that's indication of being lukewarm. And at the end of the day, the Lord already knows you, man. That's why you pray that the fear of the Lord is in you, because the Lord knows you. He's gonna give you the test that you can pass. All right, you can't look at what another brother is doing or how many other videos he got. Not every man has the same measure of faith. That's why the talent of the parable of the talents. You know, there were different men with different amounts of talent. You know, so don't get caught up on that either. Just, are you doing the best to your ability? This is an individual race. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, and faith is the cornerstone of that, man. All right. If you don't believe in the Most High, you don't have faith that you believe in the Most High, then guess what? You're not going to fear the Most High. And if you don't fear the Most High, you're unwise. Okay? And you know what the Lord is going to do to the unwise. He's going to do them absolutely dirty, because that what you have left without fear of the Lord is pride, which the Most High hates. All right? That basically shows you that there's no in between with the Most High, and you got to get with his program, man. All right, you have to pray and fast if you need to. You really should be doing that consistently anyway. But afflict your bodies, man. You know, get yourself in check. You know, these bodies, this flesh is wicked as hell. You know, and if you don't get a grip over it and you give yourself over to it, or you just kind of half-ass it for this and that, man, then you may not be defended. You may not have what's in you to get that crown or overcome, you know. So this thing is to be taken seriously, and I did a lesson a while ago that faith is the first spiritual power. All right, when the Lord told him to got angry with them, the elder brought that example up, and the Lord got angry with them because they woke him to rebuke the sea. Okay, but they woke him up to do that, but he got mad. The Lord got mad with him and said, "Why, you know, basically you have the power in you to do it, man. All right, it's power. It goes back to faith, man. All right, that's our anchor. All right, that's our way to it. You know. Anyway, I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next. Shalom."